we're not almost there.
Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Arm Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an upper posterior split, my upper posterior split, live in real time on camera. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. All right, let me remove the brand overlay stuff here. In this video, I'm going to do a in real time, I'm going to show you how I build an upper posterior. We'll do this for a gym, a commercial gym, and then I'll kind of give you examples of the changes I would make for a home gym. So to get started, you can see we have 4 columns: posterior A, posterior B, and upper B. These are your 4 workouts. So workout in each column. What I typically do, and I made a video about upper lower splits. I'm not a big fan of upper lower splits. They're probably my least favorite type of split. And I mentioned in the video that I do a posterior upper posterior. It's basically an A-B split with 2 variations. So you have upper A, upper B, posterior A, posterior B. The only difference between an upper posterior and an upper lower is that posterior is going to be more legs and back. I call it posterior just because it fits a little bit better than lower. So during your upper days, you're going to be doing chest, shoulders, and arms. And during your posterior days, you're going to be doing basically legs and back. So what I do here is I start with 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 blocks of about 3 sets is a good place to start. For most people, when I'm building a workout, that can be about 18 max sets. After that, you're pretty much on your own if you want to add in the peripheral stuff. We're going to add in the majority of stuff here. So if you guys have any questions about this, just drop it down below. We're going to be looking at your major body parts, balancing the volume on your major body parts and your minor body parts as well. Major body parts like chest, shoulders, back, and legs, we're going to try to get in about 12 sets around that level, and then we'll fill in the gap with minors. So the only thing I'll say is because you're working your bicepticons on upper A and upper B, you want to have a rest day after your upper workouts before you do posterior, because you're going to be doing your back work and you want your bicepticons fresh going into your back work. So we're going to start with upper A. I'm just going to type some things in here that I would normally give to clients. Bench 3, and we're going to do military press 3. So 3s, let me get that out of here. 3s are basically, let's see if you can see these down below. The first set, you start with a weight you can knock out about 7 to 8 reps with, okay? So if you're not sure, just guess. Be conservative. Be a little bit conservative. If you're not sure, start with something you can do 9 or 10, or just start a little bit lighter. The first week, it's not going to matter much. But again, I'm just giving you guys an example here so you can adjust as well. Upper days, again, you're going to have chest, shoulders, and arms. So we're going to focus on chest and shoulders first. On upper day, we're going to lead with a chest exercise or a chest focus exercise. And on upper B, we're going to lead with a shoulders focused exercise. Now that we have our military press leading upper B and we have a barbell here, what I'm going to do is program in a dumbbell overhead press variation. So we'll go with seated overhead dumbbell press, and we'll do like 3 sets of 10. Now don't get caught up on the reps and sets. Usually what I do here is I'll have somebody use the same weight for each set of an exercise. So let's say you're using 50s. You'll do 50s by 10, 50s by 10. And then on the last set, you'll do max safe reps. So if you get more than 2 reps over your goal, here we have 10. If you would hit 12 on that max safe rep set, then you would move up in weight the next time. So you can see here we have a dumbbell variation for shoulders, and we have a barbell variation for shoulders. Now we have a barbell variation for chest. So over here, we're going to program in a dumbbell variation for chest. This can be incline, decline, flat bench. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to put in dumbbell bench 3x10. And again, anytime we have like straight sets, the last set is going to be max safe reps. So we got good barbell and dumbbell balance here. What's the next step? The next step is filling in the next 2 exercises for chest and shoulders, some good complementary exercises. So we're at a commercial gym. Military press, I'm going to put in laterals. You can do like 3x12 or bulldozer style. So what are bulldozer laterals? Well, I'm not talking about the bulldozer lateral exercise variation. Basically, let me scroll down here a little bit and detail it a little bit. Bulldozer is a rest pause system where you can do rest pause 4 to 5 sets. Usually we do 5 sets. So on the first set, you do max safe reps, then rest about 15 seconds. And then you repeat max safe reps, rest about 15 seconds. And you continue this process, whether you're going to do 4 sets or you're going to do 5 sets. After 5 sets or 4 sets, you're done. So it's a rest pause protocol. You want to restrict rest in between sets. But basically what we're doing here is you're going to see a rate of decay on the number of reps. So let's say you do 12 reps on laterals on this first set, and then you do 10, 9, 7, whatever. That's okay, because if you look at the overall total number of reps, it's going to be pretty similar to this 3x12. The only difference is you're going to increase the rep quality here. And on an exercise like this, a isolation exercise, it's going to make it a little bit easier to progress because it's easier to add a rep during these 5 rest pause sets than it is here. So that's one reason I like doing bulldozer work on isolation type of movements that have limited progression windows. So we have our shoulder exercise, and then our chest, and then our shoulders. I'm going to put in another shoulder exercise down here, and I'm going to do machine shoulder press. And no, I don't often use the same rep range for everything. But in this example, we're just going to keep things stupid simple. So we have our 4 shoulder exercises and a typo. So we have here basically 12 shoulder sets for the week, or we have the bulldozer work. Now we're going to finish in our bench. One thing I like to do, I'll put in machine chest press or plate loaded chest press, whatever. You could put in pec deck if you want. If you want something a little bit lighter. Pec deck has a little bit of a progression window, so it's not a bad deal. So I'll put in an or there. One thing I like to do here is do a superset. And we will start off with dips 2x10. And once you get to 2 sets of 10 and they feel relatively manageable, it's time you could slip on a dip belt or a weighted vest or whatever and start to load weight. You want to be pretty conservative here. So you don't want to just go from 2x10 with no weight to 2x10 with 45. Let's be smart and allow our connective tissue to adapt. If you add 5 pounds per workout, you're still going to be Herculean over the course of a year. So let's be smart about it, allow our connective tissue to adapt. Now here we have 12 sets of chest and 12 sets of shoulders. We have a barbell bench variation, a dumbbell bench variation, a machine variation, and then a body weight variation, and even an ISO variation if you want. So you can see we have some variety. The same thing with your shoulders. You have a barbell variation. You can do these seated. We're not trying to make rules here. We're just trying to build a program. Barbell, dumbbell, you have a machine, and you have an ISO. So we have 4 different types of exercises, and they're not all the same intensity. Now, we have some room for arm work. So arm work is going to go on upper A. You can do your triceps work first or your biceps work first. It doesn't matter. This is a very triceps focused approach. So if you want to rest an exercise and give your triceps time to rest a little bit before you attack them, that's fine. So let's say we're going to do that in this exercise. We might do dumbbell curls, 3x10, pinwheel curls, whatever. You can put in whatever dumbbell variation you like. And easy bar 21s. I put these in a lot for clients, easy bar 21s. Basically, if you don't know what a 21 is, it's 7 full reps, 7 reps to halfway up, and then 7 reps from halfway up to all the way up. So those can be pretty intense. Usually I only put 2 of those in. One of the exercises I like to, now we're on to triceps exercises. One of the exercises I like to put in are skull destroyers, which are my variation. And these are rest pause. So I only do 2 sets of these. They're 30 total reps, but they're rest pause. You basically do, you grab an easy bar, like you're going to do skull crushers, and you'll do 2 or 3 reps of the skull crusher movement, and then you'll do 2 to 3 reps of the close grip bench. So you'll alternate. You'll do 2 to 3 reps, 2 to 3 reps. You'll keep going until you hit 30 total. And if you need to rest at all with the bar on your chest, just briefly to catch your breath, catch your sanity, go ahead. Now, if you don't want to do these, you can just put in barbell curls or any variation you want, for 3 sets. And same here, you could put in, let's say, PJR pullover. And if you're not familiar with this, it's a good exercise for the long head of the triceps. You could plug that in as well. Here we need another triceps exercise. So we're just going to put cable triceps extensions. So that's it. This is basically how you build an upper posterior. These are your upper days. We have 12 total exercises for your chest and shoulders. We have about 6 with a relative intensity of 6 for your biceps and triceps. This is per week. If you want to add in extra work, you can. If you want to remove a set for shoulders, you can. If you only want to do 10 sets for shoulders and chest, you can. Really, this is just a starting point. So please just consider this a basic starting point. Now, we're going to move over to posterior. Now, remember, posterior is basically legs and back, basically. So you're going to have back, traps, quads, and hammies, and you can fit in calves here if you want. And I'm going to put in squat 3s. And there's many ways to do this, and deadlift 3s. So you can see 3s again are where you start with a weight. The first set, you start with a weight you can knock out 7 to 8 reps with, and I forgot to note this. The second set, you drop 10% and you perform it for maximum safe reps. Now, what's important is the dropping 10% is off your set number 1 weight. On squats and deadlifts, we do not do grinders. We perform only safe reps, and a lot of times this means leaving 2, sometimes 3 reps in the tank. For your third set on 3s, you're going to drop it 20% from your starting weight. So if your weight was 200 pounds on set 1 for 3s, dropping 10% would be 190 for set 2 for max safe reps. And dropping on set 3, you drop it another 10% down to 180 for max safe reps. So 3s are pretty intense. You're working all 3 sets for max safe reps. You don't have to do this. Again, this is an example. You could do straight sets or whatever. So here we have a more back-centric exercise, and here we have a more leg-centric exercise. One thing I like to do on deadlift day is team it with pull-ups, or if you can't do pull-ups, lat pull-downs. And we'll just do 3 sets of 10. If you can't do pull-ups, a band-assisted pull-up is really good, or you can do block-style pull-ups. But I like to do that, so I'm not doing as many row heavy days. And I'm going to show you guys something real quick before we get on. I like to put Pendley rows. That's my favorite variation. I like to do 8 rep sets there. So we have leg, back, and here we have back, and we're going to do legs. I'm going to put leg press. You do hack squats or whatever. It doesn't really matter. So you're seeing here we're doing legs and back. Whoops. Legs and back, back, legs, back. So after squats, this is generally on this day is where I program in Romanian deadlifts or glute ham raises or something that's pretty intense for the hamstring. So you can put RDLs, or you can do glute hams, or you could even do wide stance good mornings if you want. It doesn't really matter. So on RDLs, usually I do 2 to 3 sets. They can get intense at sometimes. So depending on the individual and how healthy their lower back is, we might only want to do 2 sets there. For glute hams, you can do these on a lower back or back extension machine or station at your gym. You have to do your back extension, then come up and then raise your torso all the way up. So it's like you're doing a leg curl. So here you have quads, and we're alternating leg exercises with back exercises. Here I'm going to do a seated cable row. So you see we have legs, back, hams, back. So you can kind of see what we're doing. Here we have back focus, leg focus, back focus. And here I'm going to put in another hamstring exercise. So we get our hammy whammies in here. Get your hamstrings in. So we got a hamstring exercise on each workout day. We're also going to add in another leg exercise. So here I'm going to do leg extensions. You can do 3x12 or bulldozer. And again, the bulldozer is a Russ protocol down there. For leg press, you could also do the bulldozer protocol. And on lat pull-downs, you could do that as well. On seated cable rows, you could do the bulldozer protocol if you want some Russ pause work. So you can see here, we have leg press, leg curls, leg extensions. Here we have squats, RDLs, and I'm going to toss in hack squats. Generally, at this point, I like to drop the reps a little bit because this is pretty intense. So you can see here we have squats, RDLs, and hacks. This is not an easy training day, but you will get a lot out of this style of training. So back work, we have Pendley rows, and we have seated cable rows. We have deadlifts, and we have pull-ups and pull-downs. What I'm going to do is work in dumbbell rows. 2 sets of 12. Why only 2? Because it's a unilateral exercise, and it's pretty taxing once you start to get heavy. So I start with 2, and you can move up to 3 if you want. You could also move dumbbell rows up to the lat pull-down position and move lat pull-down down there because it's a little bit easier of an exercise. Now here you have Pendley rows and you have seated cable rows. You could either add in one other row like a machine row or a chest supported row. Doesn't really matter. You can add in a personal favorite variation, or you could add in a 5x5. Oops, what am I doing? 5x5 shrugs. So if you want to get some shrugs in. So machine row, chest supported row could be 3x10. The 5x5 shrugs are basically you set a block of time for 60 to 120 seconds. And during that time, you do 5 shrug reps, and then you kind of hold for about 5 seconds. You can do 3 shrug reps and hold for 3. Doesn't matter, but you're going to repeat that cycle of 3 to 5 shrug reps and then holding, not here, but at arm's length, for 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to repeat the pattern of shrug, reps, and rest over the course of 60 to 120 seconds. That time under tension is going to be pretty intense. So this is how I build a basic structure for a posterior upper workout. From here, you might be asking, where do I put in face pulls? Where do I put in calf work? Where do I put in ab work? These are all minor things. And obviously with calf work, it'd probably be better to stick it at the end of a posterior A. You can stick calf, ab, or face pulls, or whatever your favorite, if you want to do forearm exercises, you can squeeze it in wherever it makes sense. Here we have 3, 6. We have 3 sets for legs, 6 sets for quads, 6 sets for quads, 9 sets for quads, 12 sets for quads. And then we have our hammies, which is 5 to 6 sets. And we also have 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, up to 17 sets for back. Your back can take a beating, so I like to leave that in the mix. You do not have to do another row here. You can do shruggies, etc. So we got a little bit extra volume for your back. So you can see why this upper posterior really, really works better than an upper lower split as far as how you slice and dice a workout. We're able to get in quality chest and shoulder work. We're able to build in a little bit more back work and still leave room for shrugs. And we have good arm work as well, and upwards of 18 hard sets a day. So if you guys have any questions on this, please drop them down below. If you want coaching, I'd love to help you. Please check out the link down below or head over to my website, superlivingtoday.com. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.